How can I not do the history of Sooner players and coaches without talking about Brian Bosworth, the most colorful linebacker that ever played at OU, but a great player nonetheless. But first, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm your host, the legend Mike Wilkerson of Sooner Legends Podcast. And can I ask you to please like the video? And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on your post notification bell. That way you won't miss any content that I drop about Oklahoma football history and the players and coaches. And also, could you please share the video? Why? Because sharing is caring. And also, I'm pleased to announce our partnership with Devil Dogs Brew and Beans, a veteran owned coffee brand that takes pride in brewing coffee blends that embody the spirit of the fearless and dedicated Marine Corps, where every sip is a celebration of strength, camaraderie, and exceptional taste. Get 10% off your first order of Devil Dogs by using the promo code Sooner Legends at checkout, and you will also receive free shipping in the continental United States. I also have a link down in the description that you can go directly to his website. So, Brian Bosworth. He's an Oklahoma City native who grew up in the Dallas area, Irving, Texas, to be precise. He went to MacArthur High School. And I love his recruiting story. He had already verbally committed to Texas A&M and Jackie Sherrill. But old Coach Switzer, with that charm that we all know and love in his recruiting studio, his recruiting stories. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. Bosworth is in the lunchroom, and here comes Coach Switzer walking in with a mink coat, hollering, "Where's Boz? Where's Boz?" And Boz says he kind of sunk down in his chair, and Barry was wearing one of his national championship rings, and he held it up and he said, "You want one of these? I know you want one of these." So we got him recruited to Oklahoma, and he redshirted. Uh, Coach Switzer told Brian that along with him and I think three or four, maybe five other players for that '84 team, Switzer had redshirted. They was going to be the nucleus of Barry's rebuild team on defense and offense. And he was also made captain. Ain't that something? And one, and of course, the 1984 season comes up. The week of the Texas Red River Shootout. Poor Brian, I felt sorry for him hearing this story. His girlfriend breaks up with him, comes to him, asked him if her and her boyfriend could have tickets to the Red River rivalry game. Boy, that took a lot of gall, didn't it? Well, we've all seen the game. I've seen it. Don't want to hash it out, but we ended up tying Texas 15-15. The cameraman catches Brian Bosworth. He asked him something to this effect of, "What do you think about the Texas game?" And Brian says, "Burnt orange makes me puke." That's a legend within itself. But one thing I remember about Brian is just how exceptionally gifted as an athlete he was, especially at that middle linebacker spot. At that time, I'd never seen another college football middle linebacker that could anticipate a snap count like Brian could. I mean, before you knew it, he was in the backfield, had him a handful of quarterback and a handful of running back. I've seen him two or three times darn near take a handoff away from the opposing team that he was in the backfield that fast. He caused a lot of fumbles that way too, if y'all remember. He had a high motor. I mean, good God, just all over the field. One thing that always amazed me about Boz is how the defensive line, when they would double team Tony Casillas, look how quick Boz got in that backfield disrupting the play. And then when they thought they was going to double team Boz coming in and left Casillas open, Casillas would get you. That was the darndest thing I ever seen in Boz's tenure at OU. Go back and watch some of them games. His sideline to sideline, I mean, just is a flash in the dash. I mean, just all over the place. Frank Broyles even said it on the 1985 broadcast of OU in Nebraska. He just mean as the devil. He was. He was mean. He took no prisoners. I've seen him knock off helmets, seen him plow over quarterbacks. I know to this day that 1985 year that Todd Dodge, still the quarterback for Texas, still has nightmares about Bosworth after that game, because Boz was in his grill the whole freaking game. Sure was. But he could run you down. He was just amazing. I mean, in the Kansas game, darn near got a safety doing his snap count anticipation. Darn near got a safety on a play. And like I said, he was so exceptionally gifted for the football, had a nose for it. I mean, if you ever watch him on go to YouTube and watch some of OU's 84, 85 games. Watch where his head's going. I mean, it's always zoning in on that football. I mean, it just fascinating. Probably one of that 80s era players, Boz was probably the best linebacker in all of college football. And also, 1986 rolls around. I'm not beating a dead horse in the ground because that's been covered, talked about so many freaking times but y'all know what happened. He wore the shirt at the Orange Bowl, and Coach Switzer had to dismiss him from the team. Plus, he got banned for steroids. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Sorry, I'm not. I'm talking about Bosworth. I seen as a player, who's one of my heroes at OU. I know he did some bad as far as that, but you ain't gonna get me to talk about it. But got some things here for you for while Brian was at OU. During his career at OU, he led the Sooners to three straight Orange Bowl appearances, 3 Big 8 conference champions, and a 31-14-1 overall record in 3 straight seasons. In all 3 seasons, I'm sorry. And like I said, he led the team in tackles. He was a 2-time consensus All-American in 85 and 86. And he helped lead the Oklahoma Sooners to the 1985 Orange Bowl and national championship and against Penn State. And in the win on that game, he recorded 13 solo tackles against Penn State, which we won it. We became national champions for 85. And Brian finished his career at OU with 395 tackles. And when the inaugural season of the Buckus Award, the award for the best college linebacker, Brian won it its inaugural year and won it the next year in '86. And as far as I know, and from what I've dug into, Brian is the only player to receive the Buckus Award uh, in 2 years consecutive, which is an amazing thing. And like I said, he finished with 395 tackles. Uh, he was three-time All Big Eight in '84, '85, '86, and played all 3 seasons in '84, '85, and '86. And he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in the 2015 class. That's a player right there. Now I know you're going to get in the comments and say he got beat by Bo Jackson when he was at Seattle. I'm talking about Brian's time at OU. I'm not talking about his pro career. I'm talking about his time here at OU. That I'm I'm keeping the main thing the main thing. So, with that being said, I thank everybody for tuning in. God bless each and every one of you. Be nice to each other because tomorrow ain't promised. This is the legend. We'll see you on the backside. Boomer Singer.